Hello everybody, this is Mel and this is her first riding lesson. This is Mel's first lesson and Mel's first time to ever put a bridle on a horse. And luckily Sedona's very sweet, so she's going to take the lead rope and put it around Sedona's neck first, so just drape it over the top of her. There you go, good. Now you're going to take the long end of the halter in your right hand. The short end, you're going to... Now, remember the right hand is going to go on the opposite side, so on the other side of her mane. Up and under. There you go. Good. Now put it over her nose. Over her nose. There you go. Good. There you go. Good. Now flip the buckle. Flip the long end. There you go. There you go. Grab it with the buckle and put it all the way to that top. There's the top one. You're gonna have to pull her mane out of the way a little bit. There you go, you're good. Pull her mane out. You don't want it to get stuck. There you go. Good. You're good. Go ahead and put the buckle. Now reach into your pocket and give her a treat. Say, good girl.
Girl, yeah, I'm getting it. It's down there.
There you go. That was your first time to put a halter on a horse. Good job, Mel. I'm putting Sedona in the tie ring. She's going to take the bow. She's going to put it through the ring. There you go. Put it through the ring. That's okay. Now flip that piece up. There you go. Pull it back. And she's in the tie ring now. Good job. Mel's first time grooming a horse, and this is Grooming 101. First sets of brushes are going to be the curry combs. They're done in a circular motion and they loosen the hair. Second category is going to be the bristle brushes. We have the hard bristle brush, that's the first layer. We also use this on mane and tail. And then we have the medium bristle brush, and that's going to be on the rest of the body. It's used to flick the hair off. And then finally, we have the soft bristle brush. This is what you would use on sensitive areas like the head and down the legs. And then we have the hoof picks. All right, now Mel is using the curry comb, which is basically getting rid of all that excess hair, especially during shedding season. You want to use it in a circular motion, and you really want to make fur fly. Now, if you notice, it's kind of hard to see, but the fur is flying that way. So you want to position your body upwind so you don't get a handful of hair. Now, when you go to do her stomach, you can stand up straight and you can just reach your hand all the way up and under and just make nice big circles under her tummy. And they really love that. I mean, it feels good. Look at her face. She's like, oh yeah, that is what I feel. It feels so good. Yeah, they really like that. And you want to make sure you clean that girth area really well because that's where the saddle's going to be. So you pay a special attention to everywhere where the saddle is going to be. Horse, when you get to the rear of the horse, if you stand to the side where you can't be kicked, it's a much safer place to be. And they like a little booty rub too. Nice circular motions and making fur fly. That's when you know you're doing a good job, especially in shedding season. Oh. Okay, now we've moved on to the hard bristle brushes, and this is done in a flicking motion. You want to make fur fly and flick off that excess hair that you have brought up by the use of the curry comb. Now, you're still not going to get all the hair with this level of brush. You're going to go with the medium bristle brush as more of a finish brush to get all that extra hair off. Going to be the medium bristle brush. That's also done in a flicking motion, and that's going to be kind of our finish brush. We get any of that extra hair off at this point. Now Mel's got a rhythm. Back and forth, back and forth. There you go. That's a whole lot easier. I like the double brush technique. That gets things done pretty quick. Okay, now we are moving on to cleaning the hoof. Now she's right-handed, so she is crossing over with the left. What you're going to do is you're going to hold the hoof pick facing backwards so you can pick out around the triangle. Now the triangle is called the frog. The center place is called the sole.
Sorry, poor dog.
That's all right. And the back is called the hoof wall. So getting the back legs is a little different. You're actually going to make sure your toes are pointed backwards, and you're going to actually put the horse's leg on the inside of your thigh. So you're going to step back just a little bit towards me once you get her leg. So reach down and grab her leg. Squeeze the fetlock until she gives. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now she's giving it to you. Now, there you go. Oh, look, she had it in her pocket. She was ready to go. So now you're going to find the edge of that frog and clean all that out. There you go. Good job. Until you see the whites. The white is the hoof wall. Now, if you see a little extra from the frog coming off like that, that's a little bit of the frog. It's not a big deal. You can just pull that off. That's called sloughing the frog. It's part of the normal process. Remember, the bottom of the hoof really is very hard. Okay, so when you're done, you're going to let her foot down, step back. Excellent job. Go and pick the front foot. So try to squat down with your knees. There you go. Don't put pressure on your back. Ask her to give that fetlock, so squeeze and get ready for her to give. Now, if she's, there you go, kind of rock, we're gonna rock her weight off of it. There you go. Now put it up next to your knee. There you go. Reach over. And there's not a whole lot in there, so that was really good. That one was easy. And there we go with the back hoof. As long as you have her back hoof stabilized, it's, there you go, see, whoops. That's what you gotta get used to that. That's good though, but you did a good job. We gotta go back to it though. Now Mel is gonna put the saddle on, so it's a dip, and then lightly let it down on her back as best you can. Okay, ready? Use your whole body, and 1, 2, 3, and put it on up there. Oh, good job. All right, so that's a little far. You want to make sure it's as even in the front as even in the back. See how it's kind of off? Okay. So go ahead and move it forward. So pick up the whole thing, pick up the whole saddle. There you go, and move it till it fits in. So try to find your fingers in the front, fingers in the back. There you go. Now with this saddle, it's got an SPH pad, so you're gonna push your pad up into this area right here below the pommel, okay? Kind of push that up so it gives her a little relief. Now we're gonna go over on the other side. So now on this side, you wanna take your stirrup up off the saddle horn, just let that down. This is called the off billet, and this is called the cinch. So you're gonna let that hang down. There you go. Now this is what I was talking about by push. You're gonna grab the pad and you're gonna push it up into the pommel. See how it's not contacting right now? Just reach up underneath here. You're gonna have to raise up the saddle just a little bit and kind of push it up in there. That's to make sure it doesn't pinch the horse. And with these SPH pads, that's kind of how you have to do it. See, they're all different. Saddle happens to have a double D. So you're going to reach underneath and grab your cinch. There you go. Pull it up. Now you're going to thread the end of your latigo, so you have to find the end and fold it flat, and you're going to go through your cinch right here. So thread the end through.
Right here?
Yep, right there. Now pull up. Now don't get it too tight, just pull all the way up, and you're going to go up and under right here. So take the end and thread it through up and down and under. That didn't make much sense, my bad. And then this one, come back underneath. There you go. All right. Now, you're gonna pull this whole thing out. Just pull the whole thing out and see how it tightens up just slowly. There you go. Tightens up just slowly. Now we're gonna tighten it just so we can get 3 fingers to start out with. And then we're gonna tighten it up later before we ride, okay? So just pull all the way until you get 3 fingers. And you wanna pull out. You want to pull out. There you go. Just nice and easy until you get to the hole. So let's get to the hole. Pull until you get to the hole. And you want to pull out, not up. So there you go. Pull out. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And we're going to get to that hole. Hold on. Through. Now you're gonna pop it by getting your fingers up and underneath this until it pops. This has to go all the way in. So just pop this by pulling this out. Not this one, this one. Yeah, there we go. It's pop and lock. Now you take the end right here and you're gonna put it through your keeper, even though there's not a whole lot there. It'll tighten up later, I promise. Mel is lunging. Go ahead and move your whip hand a little bit and ask her for the trot again, and click, click. Move the whip hand up and down. Up and down will be easier for you. The whip hand is kind of, you're gonna just move it like that. There you go, good. Now, she wants to keep her belly button pointed towards the back of the horse, and her send hand, you can relax your send hand a little bit. Now, make her trot. There you go, click, click.
Click, click.
There you go, well, that's what I mean by click, click.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. There you go, keep her going. Now, keep her going. Move your whip. There you go. Good job. Good job. All right, so now we're gonna ask her to go a little faster. We're gonna give her a kiss. Ready? Give her a kiss and move your whip. Ready? And give her a big smooch. Come on, move your whip. Move your whip. There you go, good. Good job, you're getting her into a canter. Come on, move your whip some more. Come on, move your whip. There you go, good. Good job. All right, now we're gonna slow back down and you're gonna step in front of her and say, whoa.
Oh, wow.
There you go, she came right to you, good job. Good job. You're gonna switch hands. There you go. You're gonna walk away from the horse, so you're gonna walk that way and you're gonna point. And so we step this way. Now start moving your whip. Move your whip up and down. Move your whip up and down. There you go, good. Now find your center and kind of stop. There you go. And relax your send hand. You can just kind of relax this just a little bit. There you go. Now, very good. And ask for the trot.
I can't do the click thing.
Move your whip and just say trot.
Trot.
Come on. There you go. Come on. Trot. Move your whip a little. Ask, suggest, demand. Oh, don't move the send hand. There you go. Good job. You got her to trot. There you go. Just kind of keep the whip kind of pointed down and towards her bum. There you go. Well, you look down. As soon as you look down, she's like, okay, I think you got this. All right. Okay, Mel is now going to ask Luna to flex her head and her neck. So she's standing back in the pocket. She's going to reach up and she's going to put her hand pretty much up to where that concho is on her saddle. Ready? And ask her to flex. Ask her to flex.
Flex.
And you can use intermittent pressure a little bit, so you can pull and release, pull and release, pull and release until you get a nice, good flex and release. There you go. Now that was more of the better flex. Now ask her to flex again, please. Ready? And just kind of make little do. There you go. Kind of do. Kind of bump her head a little bit. Bump. There you go. And relax. Good job.
Girl.
All right. What you do on one side, you do on the other. So now you're on the opposite side. Put your hand on the saddle horn, get into the pocket. Oh, she's already giving her head. But okay, that was pretty good. Okay, now go ahead and release and just kind of pet her neck until she relaxes her head. Good. She's licking and chewing. She knows what this game is. Okay, so now ask her to flex her head, please. So reach up and flex. Good job. Now release.
Girl. I would not even have to do nothing.
No, now she's getting the game. All right, one more time, please. We want to do this at least 5 times on each side. It's going to make sure the horse is nice and flexible, and it's going to gain control of the horse's head and neck. Okay, so get her attention. Come on. You're ready to go. Now, kiss means canter. You really don't want her to canter at this point. Remember, bump, and bump, and release. Now, it will help you if when you're doing this, you grab your hand up and under right there. There you go. So make sure you have your hand in the proper way. All right, now one more time. And ask her to give her head.
Yeah.
Go to the concho. And good. Release.
Good.
Excellent. We're moving the forehand. She is going to put button number 1 with her left hand, and her right hand is going to use indirect pressure on the neck. We are looking for the crossover. Good. And release. Now you want to make sure that your toes are pointing the direction that you want her to go. So let's ask her for a step, please. Ready? Add button number 1 and walk forward until you get across. There's a cross. Good. Come on, a little bit more. We got to make an actual step. There's a cross. Good. More steps. There's a cross. Good. And release and put your chin up. Good. And she will stop. Good job. Now we're on the other side. Button number 1. There's a cross. Button number 1. There's a cross. Button number 1. There's a cross. Button number 1. Good job. Very good job. Keep her from walking forward. Ask her for one more crossover. Come on. Add pressure. Bump, bump. There you go. And release. Chin up and say whoa. Good job. Okay. Now Mel is going to move the hindquarters. The hindquarters is going to be button number 3. So button number 2 is at the girth. Button number 3 is behind the girth. Your toes need to be pointed here towards the flank. Now your hand needs to be up here around the saddle, and you're going to have you need to have her nose slightly tipped towards you. Okay, ready? Now apply button number 3 and step towards the hindquarters. Ready? And button number 3. Add pressure as needed. There you go. Come on. That's okay. Tip her nose a little bit more towards you, and you have to walk towards the back end. Take a step forward. There you go. There you go. Cross, cross. Make her cross a little bit better. There you go. Make her cross a little bit better. There you go. That was a good cross. And stand up, chin up, and say whoa.
Whoa.
There you go. Now what you do on one side, you have to do on the other. Okay, now we're going to move the hindquarters on this side. So one hand is going to be up here on the saddle, and button number 3 with the opposite hand, and ask her to move the hindquarters. Ready? Come on, and walk forward. Walk forward. There you go. And get a cross, cross, cross. Press and release, and stand up straight and say whoa. Good job. Mel is now riding, and the first thing she's going to ask for is for Luna to give her head and flex her head. So she's going to finger crawl halfway up her neck. She is going to pull back towards her hip and ask Luna to give her head. So as soon as she gives, there you go, and open your hand and release. Good job. Okay, there you go.
No.
All right, once more. Just remember, nice and light. So reach up, finger crawl forward on your reins, halfway up the horse's neck, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Now use intermittent pressure, just kind of a bump, 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 and ask her to give her head. Bump, 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 bump. Good, she gave and release. That's perfect. That was the way to do it. All right, so Mel is riding. Now we're on the lunge line, and what I'm going to ask her to do is I'm going to ask her to stand in the saddle and into a 2-point position. So she's going to reach forward, grab some mane right at the white patch. There you go, and try to pull yourself out of the saddle and push your weight down in your heels and try to find that balance point. We're going to do this really, really early to kind of gain that leg strength. Okay, you can sit and sit. Good job, and say whoa.
Whoa.
Very good. End of the lesson. Now turn her around and face me. And now you get to take her halter off. There you go. She was a good girl. Good job. Thank you so much for joining us on today's lesson. And if you enjoyed it, give us a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And remember, to see more, check out our playlists.